Welcome to 19 Miles to Music Row, starring my Belmont professorial colleague and hit songwriter Victoria Banks, who will be out here for Act Two.
Right.
Welcome. This is going to be a lot of fun, man. On behalf of our committee, Bill Deaton, Jody Todd, Cortland Fuquay, Denny Wayne Rudolph, and Rusty Harmon, we are really, really glad you're here. As you know, we've said this before, but it bears repeating every time. This doesn't work without you. You know, as writers, we spend so much time isolated writing our tunes, and we want to get out and play them for real human beings, right? Just at least once in a while. So you play a vital role in this, and we're so grateful that you're here. For those that have not been here, the format is we have these four up-and-coming writers who will play 3 songs each. Then we take a short break. There are handmade snacks in the back by the lovely and talented Karen Keir, and beverages. There are restrooms out in the lobby. There's merch that will be available perhaps during the intermission if they want to, but definitely after the show. They have some merch on the back tables there too, okay? And we want to encourage you, if you can, to support us. We've got a little drop box there for any donations that you'd like to make this thing go. And as I mentioned, there are treats and things that you can get that should help you. The exits are in the back and the front on these sides here if we need them. And because who knows? I mean, this is going to be en fuego, isn't it? You think? So you just never know. All righty. Well, friends, sometimes I hear criticism that the songs on Music Row tend towards sameness. Same formula, same song forms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, same topics, same sounds. Well, I'm here to tell you nay. Nay, nay, my friends. And to prove the point, I've written a song just for you tonight. And I wrote it for voice and crash cymbal. So we want to proudly present here this new song, 19 Miles to Music Row by Dysfunctional Uncle Dan Keene. Here we go. All right. You may want to wait until after I play it. All right, are we ready? 19 miles to Music Row isn't very far to go, but it's something you should know if you write a hit song. First, write a verse of real swell stuff. Second verse of more swell stuff. I just broke the rules by rhyming stuff with stuff. Now here comes the chorus. 19 miles to Music Row, 19 miles to Music Row, 19 miles to Music Row. Don't you stop at 18. Now a third verse is due. I have inside stuff for you. This is called song form number 2. Now back to the chorus. 19 miles to Music Row, 19 miles to Music Row, 19 miles to Music Row. Don't you stop at 18. Ooh, dang, dang, da, dang, 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 da, dang, 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 dang. I stopped at 18. Thank you very much. Calm down from that endeavor. I appreciate it. Thank you. This is the world premiere of the song, so I appreciate that. Hey, let's meet our real writers. What do you say? We've Taylor Hughes from Lexington, Kentucky. Hello, Taylor.
Hi, how are you doing?
Well, I've set the bar pretty high for you. I know.
You know, it's a tough act to follow.
Yeah,
but I really do think you got something.
Okay, how about you? You got something? You feeling good?
I hope I got something.
I bet
we'll see.
you do. Where are you from? Lexington?
I'm from Lexington, Kentucky, but I've been living down here for about 4 years now. So.
Okay. I married a girl from Paducah, so the Big Blue Mist, I'm Wildcats fan
go
all
Cats.
the way. Go Cats. How did you come to be a songwriter, musician? How did music enter your life, dear?
Yeah, so I grew up singing, and I always put on little talent shows when I was a kid, and I was always in choir in school and stuff like that. But I was really involved in athletics growing up, and I actually blew my knee out my junior year of high school, which took my volleyball scholarship away for college. And that's actually where I started to dive into music a lot more, and I started taking guitar lessons, and my guitar teacher, who I actually still work with today and play tons of shows with, Paulie Felice, he figured out I could sing because I was kind of closet singer. I didn't really tell anybody this is what I wanted to do, and he was like, I'm going to take you to Nashville. And this was after having maybe 2 guitar lessons, and my parents were like, you're going to do what? She doesn't even know how to play. And he was like, no, your daughter sings. And they were like, that's funny. Okay. And come to find out, I do sing. And that's kind of how I got my start, was actually at the Nashville Palace, if y'all have ever been there. It's over by Opryland Hotel. But that's where I got my start when I was probably about 18 years old. And I've just been doing it ever since.
Well, welcome. Taylor Hughes, ladies and gentlemen. Next to Taylor is another Kentuckian from Louisville, Kentucky, Greg Wilson. Welcome, Greg.
Thank you.
How are you?
Good.
Good. How'd you stumble upon this lovely life of music?
I had no choice. I was born into it. I was born into a very musical family. My dad was in a traveling band. I was on stage by the age of 3, singing. Didn't really know what I was doing. I just knew that the crowd was clapping, and I loved it. So just wanted to do more of it. Moved to town about 2 years ago. My wife and I did. I spent my previous life as an educator.
Is that right? God bless you.
Yeah, for real. And then my wife and I decided to move to Nashville, and we've been here for 2 years and been chasing the whole songwriting dream. So
Yeah. Well, good. We're glad you're here.
Thanks for
Ladies and
having
gentlemen, Greg Wilson. Linda Donovan is our next songwriter. Linda hails from Moultrie, Georgia. Anybody from down around that way? Anybody? Yeah, there you go. Well, Linda, tell us how music came to you.
Sure. Well, I'm sure all of us up here and all of you out there have always loved music. And one of my first memories is my parents were not like super into country, but we had a Patsy Cline tape and a Judd's tape, and I just like walked around singing those
Wearing
all
those
the time.
out.
Yeah. And then I've always wanted to do this, but during the pandemic, I kind of was like, why not? Like, give it a shot. So I was telling him a story before. My guitar teacher, Ellen Britton, who's wonderful. Yeah, she said she kept telling me, like, you have all these songs, like, don't you think you want to maybe play them for somebody? And I said, well, maybe. So she encouraged me to get out there. So just in maybe the past 6 months, I've been trying to get out and perform some. So.
Good. Well, you should, and we're glad
Well,
you're here
thanks.
tonight
Thank you
to
for
do
having
that.
me. I'm excited to
You
be
bet.
here.
Welcome, Linda Donovan. Peyton Taylor, so you're a Philly girl.
Yes.
Well, how about you? How did music make its way to you?
I've got to say, Taylor, that's where I know you from, the Palace.
Oh,
Did you
wow.
do
You are
Nashville
there?
Spotlight?
I did.
Okay, that's why.
Yes.
So my story is very similar to Taylor. When we both pulled in to the church parking lot, we just looked at each other and went, I know you.
I
Instagram?
secretly
No.
stalked her
No.
for a while because I'm like a huge fan of hers, and she's like, "Who is this crazy girl?"
No. And a whole hair color ago, I remember you at Nashville Palace. I was blonde then.
I was a brunette. So.
Yeah. Till Music Row was like, be a brunette. Then Music Row went, no, be a redhead.
Greg?
And I just said, it's going to keep it this way.
Greg, what's your hair color?
it's turning more and more gray every
Oh,
day.
yeah. Yeah, that'd be the same for me. Okay, sorry,
But,
go ahead.
but I was living up in Philly, and my grandfather's record collection was kind of the best educational tool I could have ever had as far as listening to and falling in love with country music and songs. And it was my guitar teacher as well, my vocal coach guitar teacher, who went, we're going to Nashville. So another crazy kid who kind of piled up in a minivan and went to Nashville, and Facebook was brand new at the time, so all these videos went out of me singing at Tootsie's, and somebody called my mom's work and went, how dare you let your daughter sing up on stage? And then my mom just went, you go up there and sing some more. So skip ahead, and now I'm 9 years into a 10-year town, and absolutely love it, and would never trade it for the world.
Good for you. Yes, we support the hussy life here. So good for you. Way to go. Way to go. Welcome. Will you help me here? Welcome, Peyton.
Thank you.
So why don't you kick something off for us, will you?
Yeah.
All right, let her rip.
All right, this first one's called American Born, and I got to write this with Phil O'Donnell and Wade Kirby. I believe Phil's another 19 Miles alum, you could say. Do I have my volume on? It would help if I did. I think so. Okay. Oh, sorry, I think that was it, yeah. I promise I know what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. It's the cattails by the levee where the water hits the stars. It's a rust on that old Chevy. It's a beat up old guitar. Peach tree down in Georgia. It's a Shenandoah fall. It's a boy in California with a Carolina drawl. It's American born. It's as real as dirt on your boots. It's American born. Running free, running deep as your roots. It's a cherry Coca-Cola, wearing blue suede for the king. Crank and spin Victrola when the vinyl starts to sing. Lonesome cardboard cowboy on a pack of Marlboro Reds. It's an Alabama plowboy putting that summer sun to bed. It's American born. It's as real as the dirt on your boots. It's American born. Running free, running deep as your roots. It's that sweet home muscle shows, music stirring in your soul. Daisy chain, pouring rain, Woodstock rock and roll. Oh, oh. It's the blues in Mississippi, ankle deep in Delta mud. It's a shot of Lynchburg whiskey, puts that southern in your blood. Denim in your blue jeans, it's a red in that Corvette. East Coast song that sits down in the wild, wild west. It's American born. It's as real as the dirt on your boots. It's American born. Running free, running deep as your roots. It's American born.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice job.
All right. So this first song I'm going to do is about boundaries, which is something that I didn't know about for a long time, and now that I know about it, I'm trying to get better at doing it. So this was back before when I didn't know. It's called Somewhere Else. Did it surprise you when you looked and I was gone, like the words from that song you can't remember? Did it seem sudden or like a long time coming? 'Cause even I did not know it would be the last time. I let you move the line too many times. I had to override the rails that run between these tiny towns, wishing I would end up somewhere else. Yeah, wishing I would end up somewhere else. Did I fool you into thinking it was real? Or did you play along while I was faking? Can you forgive me? I did not know how this would go. I saw the wall but could not read my own writing. I let you move the line too many times. I had to override the rails that run between these tiny towns, wishing I would end up somewhere else. Yeah, wishing wishing I would end up somewhere else. Dark clouds don't hurt the sky. I will be okay in time. I wish there was a way that I could see you without fear that I would lose myself again. But we cannot be friends. I let you move the line too many times. I had to override the rails that run between these tiny towns, wishing I would end up somewhere else. Yeah, wishing I would end up somewhere else. Wishing I would end up somewhere else.
Well, I'm gonna start off doing a song about my mama, because you can never go wrong doing a song about your mama. If you were ever raised by a strong woman, you can relate to this. Mama stood 5 feet tall and weighed 100 pounds. Don't know about daddy, he was never around. But mama did the best she could to raise us on her own. She had to play 2 roles in a single parent home. Now you might think without a dad we didn't grow up tough, but mama made dang well sure we didn't miss too much. 'Cause she could catch a fish, she could throw a strike, fix a carburetor on an old dirt bike, load a shotgun, skin a buck deer, get me a whipping while still being able to stare. And if you ever had a mama like her, I know you'll understand when I say mama. My sweet mama was a hell of a man. No, I'll never understand how a man can walk away from his wife and kids and just forget about the life he made. Mama never once complained, didn't want no sympathy. No, she taught us the meaning of responsibility. She had a full-time job, 2 wild boys, and no help from anyone. Still, somehow, she always found a way to get things done. Well, she could turn a wrench, teach you how to fight, rock a sick baby to sleep at night, work overtime, drive a forklift, get up in the morning and do it all over again. And if you ever had a mama like her, I know you'll understand when I say mama. My sweet mama was a hell of a man. Well, now I'm all grown up, got a lovely wife, and no matter what I do, I swear I'll never leave her standing in my mama's shoes. Must have been hard, must have been tough going it alone and raising us. Took a lot of love, took a lot of prayer, took a lot of help from the man upstairs. And if you ever had a mama like her, then let me hear you clap your hands when I say mama. My sweet mama was a hell of a man. Yeah, my mama, my sweet mama was a hell of a man. Thank you.
I like that. All right, y'all. How you guys doing? That's a little good. I mean, it's Mardi Gras. Y'all should be like, whoo, we're ready to party. Like, let's do this. Well, the first song I'm going to play for you guys, I wrote with my girlfriend, Crystal King. She's another artist here in town. When we wrote this back in, I think we wrote this back in 2019. Whew. She had actually brought this song idea to me. So it was, a song we intended for her. And I don't know if any of y'all write, but sometimes you write a song and it doesn't really truly mean something to you till years later, after you go through different experiences and stuff. And I started playing this song out at the end of the year of last year, and people really started to, really, I guess, relate to it, and I started to feel something for it. So I'm super excited about this song. Thinking about cutting it, but it's called Leave a Little Room for Faith.
She folds one shirt after the other. Lays them in that old suitcase. A pair of shoes and a jacket too. Her Bible's the only thing that ain't moved. Now we're standing in the doorway, teardrops in his eyes. So I don't have all the answers, babe. Doesn't mean this isn't right. While you're packing up your worries, doubts and all your fears, there can't be much room left now. Just know I'm always here. I know you feel lost, and that's okay. Can you promise me one thing, that you'll leave a little room for faith? She takes a deep breath as she drives away, wondering if she just made a big mistake. 'Cause now she's grabbing the wheel, held too tight. In the words that he said, keep replaying in her mind. While you're packing up your worries, doubts and all your fears, there can't be much room left now. Just know I'm always here. I know you feel lost, and that's okay. Can you promise me one thing, that you'll leave a little room for faith? As she passes the church where they said their vows, something says it'll all work out. I might have packed some my worries, doubts and all my fears, but I left them out on the road and ended up back here. I know I feel lost, maybe you do too, but I promise you one thing, that I leave a little room for faith. That I leave a little room for faith.
Good job.
It's really nice to be back. As when Bill sent me a message and asked if I could come back to 19 Miles, I was so excited, and we were all joking earlier. I said, it's been a whole pandemic since I've seen you all, so it's really nice to be back. And speaking of a whole pandemic, I think they're here. Grandmom, are you here? Hey! This is the first time my grandma's been able to come out and see a show in like 2 years. So, Grandma, it's good to see you! And my mom's there too, yes. I'm so excited, okay. We're like this. I'm trying to think whether I want to make you cry or make you laugh. Make her cry? What do you think? Should we make her cry or should we make her laugh? Laugh? Okay. I'll save the heart wrencher for Christmas. Usually when she cries, we'd like drop a Pyrex dish and Christmas is ruined, so don't want to bring that kind of luck on us tonight. But I think this is one of those universal truths. We write, as writers, a lot of songs about universal truths, and that's about falling in love, falling out of love, and I think this is the other one, which is Crazy Family. So, kind of like, if you don't think that your family is, you're probably the crazy one. But anyway, I wrote this with Donnie Keys and Monty Holmes, and this is called Hand-Me-Downs. I like to say this is definitely a true story. I got my daddy's temper and my cousin's old tennis shoes. I cry like my baby sister every time I get the blues. I cuss just like my brother, except whenever my mama's hanging around. Oh, I'm a walking, talking family reunion. I'm just a hand-me-down. They say I dance just like my grandma. They say I got her sexy moves, showing off them old pictures of how good she looked in 62. I guess blood is thicker than water, and the apple don't fall far when it hits the ground. Oh, I'm a walking, talking family reunion. I'm just a hand-me-down. Hey, we all got a little crazy running through our veins. 'Cause there's a joker and a thief and a couple deadbeats on the family tree nobody wants to claim. No, no. Hey, but the good, bad, and the ugly get passed around. We're all just hand-me-down. Hey, we all got a little crazy running through our veins. 'Cause there's a joker and a thief and a couple deadbeats on the family tree nobody wants to claim. No, no. But the good, bad, and the ugly get passed around. The good, bad, and the ugly get passed around. Take an ancestry DNA test and you may just find out we're all just hand-me-downs. All right. All right, can y'all be the horn section? Because we didn't put that in the budget. Here we go. Thank you.
I love that.
Thank you.
My family's totally normal, though, so I couldn't relate, but
Lucky.
Just kidding. So this song I'm going to do, I want you just to kind of, you're going to need to get into a different season for a minute, and just, I want you to visualize that that the weather's getting cold and you're like feeling cozy and like you've got like some hot chocolate maybe, but you're also feeling sad and you're remembering somebody that you don't really think about any other time of year. Okay, so you with me? Okay, gotta just create the mood. So this song's called Every November. I can't feel my fingers. I can't feel my toes. My mind won't stop racing, don't know where it's trying to go. I wrote you a letter that I'll never send. Everything to lose, nothing to win. It's just that time of year when your memory appears. Westward expansion, a ghost pioneer. Why do you come back over and over and over again? And every November I relive the end. You moved on so quickly. It happened too fast. The pines that you cleared took years to grow back. You don't appear in my dreams. I'm glad it didn't work out. Like leaves in the gutter, soon be back in the ground. It's just that time of year when your memory appears. Westward expansion, a ghost pioneer. Why do you come back over and over and over again? Every November I relive the end. I'm happier now than I've ever been. Every November I relive the end.
Very nice. Well, like I was telling Dan when I first got here, I've been in town for about 2 years. And when I got to town, my wife and I got a little apartment in Goodlettsville. And as soon as we got to town, she left. She didn't leave me. She left town with her girlfriends to go on a trip to Florida. So I was missing her, so I thought I was going to write her a love song. So I sat down and I wrote this song, and I was so excited to play it for her when she got home. She got home and I played it. She listened to it and she said, "Honey, I love that song. But that's not a love song. That's a warning." Yeah. You're right. So this goes out to anybody involved with anybody involved in music. It's not an easy life. Girl, it's only fair I warn you right now before this thing ever starts. You won't be the only one in my life. You'll have to share my heart. 'Cause you say music was my first love, and I'm chasing down this dream. And it'll take a strong woman to ever love a man like me. 'Cause there'll be whiskey nights and neon lights and weeks out on the road. I'll be home a while, girl, until I'm gone to my next show. There's always gonna be a melody in my heart and this guitar in my hand. So if you're gonna love me, girl, there's gonna be strings attached. I'm not saying I don't want this to work, 'cause I died to be your man. And there'll be no other woman but you, I promise you that. But I'll fall in love again every time I'm on that stage. So I have to ask you, do you think it'd ever be okay with all the whiskey nights and neon lights and weeks out on the road? I'll be home a while, girl, until I'm gone to my next show. There's always gonna be a melody in my heart and this guitar in my hand. So if you're gonna love me, girl, there's gonna be strings attached. And girl, all I'm trying to do is make sure you know exactly what you're getting into. 'Cause there'll be whiskey nights and neon lights and weeks out on the road. I'll be home a while, girl, until I'm gone to my next show. There's always gonna be a melody in my heart and this guitar in my hand. So if you're gonna love me, it won't be easy. If you're gonna love me, girl, there's gonna be strings attached. Thank you.
All right. So I think I'm gonna play you guys my current single, or my latest single. If you've ever seen me play out before, you've heard anything I've written besides the last song. Majority of the things I write are very sassy, a little edgy, and a lot of the times I have friends that joke around that say, if you want someone to die in a song, go listen to Taylor's music. So, murder ballads are kind of my thing. But I did decide to release a love song, and my husband says it's the best one yet because it's about him. But, whatever. But it's called High on Something, and like I said, I just released this back at the end of November, so if you guys like it, you can literally find it everywhere, so...
Like a rushing blood to your head with the first hit of nicotine. Like an 88 Chevy burning up a tank of gasoline. Like a quick fix from a fifth when you're tipping on back. Tapping buzz that comes and goes. It don't ever Whatever it is, it's more than enough. And I don't know much, but I know one thing. He got me high on something. Like the worn in leather on an old pair of boots, like the lazy stretch of a long June afternoon, like a 10-year bottle of bourbon. Takes time, but damn, it's worth it. Slow to build the fire. This one keeps it burning, 'cause with you I ain't coming down. No crash and burn, ain't looking for an easy way out. And it ain't a drunk, it ain't a drug. Whatever it is, it's more than enough. And I don't know much, but I know one thing. He got me high on something. Ooh, you got me high on something. 'Cause with you for an easy way out. And it ain't a drunk, it ain't a drug. Whatever it is, it's more than enough. And I don't know much, no, I don't know much, but I know one thing. He got me high. He got me high on something. He got me high on something.
Thank you.
So Greg was talking, you were talking about your wife, and you were talking about your husband. I swear there's something about music spouses. My fiance is back here, by the way, Ethan. When he's not selling houses, he puts up with me long enough to sell CDs. You back there, too? Hi. Everybody's here. No, I swear it takes a special kind of person to love special kind of people like us. I swear they get to heaven and the angels look down and they go, oh, you were married to them. Go right in, go right in. Express lane, right? God bless y'all. I'm going to sing, I guess, talking about loving a songwriter. One of my favorite love stories is that of June Carter and Johnny Cash. And I was thinking about June one day, and I just wondered how she did it. Talking of, I don't know how she did it. That man was incredible, but she really was an angel who loved a man with so many demons that he was fighting constantly. And I wrote this song as a letter to her, and we just finished it up in the studio. I have some CDs back there that are quite literally handmade with love that are just pay what you want, pay what you can tonight. But this should be on the next one. And this is my letter to June Carter Cash, and this is called Dear June.
Dear June, what am I gonna do? I fell in love with someone who loves me but can't choose between the bottle and me. I'm up making his coffee and he's still asleep. I can smell the barroom from his shirt on the floor, and I'm staring out the window but won't walk out that door. 'Cause he can't put it down and I can't let him go. 'Cause most of the time he lets the good in him show. I'm in love with a man who just can't love himself. When he picks up that crown, he leaves me on the shelf. Dear June, how did you make it work? 'Cause I know how love feels and you know how it burns. I can't keep on living this way, but I change my mind every time he says my name. 'Cause he can't put it down and I can't let him go. Most of the time he lets the good in him show. I'm in love with a man who just can't love himself. When he picks up that crown, he leaves me on the shelf. And you found salvation in singing your songs. I'll put on that record, June, and keep singing along. 'Cause he can't put it down and I can't let him go. 'Cause most of the time he lets the good in him show. I'm in love with a man who just can't love himself. When he picks up that crown, he leaves me on the shelf. Dear June, what am I gonna do? I fell in love with someone who loves me but can't choose.
Thank you.
All right, so this song it's kind of like a lullaby that I wrote to myself and to anybody else who maybe is like afraid to like go for it and do the things that they've always wanted to do and they're scared to do, and you know, maybe like you think you're too old or whatever. So anyways, that's what this song's about. It's called Walk Into the Dark. Shadows getting longer. It's just a shape. Sunshine on my shoulders. It's getting late. Can't escape this body. It's just a shape. Feel the weight upon me. I'm awake. Walk into the dark with me. Walk into the dark with me. Dead leaves fertilize the ground, but we chance to take. Nothing lasts forever. Let's stay awake. Walk into the dark with me. Walk into the dark with me. Dead leaves fertilize the ground, but we are still around.
Well, ladies, it's been a pleasure being on stage with all of you all. You're such talented people. Thank y'all for listening out there. We do appreciate it. I'm going to finish up with a song that I wrote with a couple of buddies of mine. We get together every Wednesday morning and write. We've done so for the last 2 years. Buddies Hal O'Dell and Zach Hennard. We've recently been writing with a young kid from Bowling Green, Kentucky by the name of Rowdy Shea. And Rowdy wanted to write a song one day about how you should treat a woman. So we sat and talked about this and ended up turning it into a song about how we would want our daughters treated. It's called More Than Just a Girl. I showed up at her front door. Her dad said, "Come on in. She'll be down in a minute. Let's sit for a second before your date begins." He wasn't cleaning on no shotgun. He didn't try to scare me off. He didn't preach like I expected. No, he just began to talk. He said, "I cried when she took her first breath, and I was there for her first steps. And I'll see her in those pigtails every day that I've got left. She's my heart, she's my soul, she's the light of my whole world. So remember when you walk her out that door, she's so much more than just a girl." Well, she's her mama's only daughter. She's got her grandma's middle name. She came 3 weeks early, already in a hurry, the day our whole world changed. He said, "I ran beside her first bike, and I taught her how to drive. And I say I love you way too much, but I mean it every time. She's my heart, she's my soul, she's the light of my whole world. So remember when you walk her out that door, she's so much more than just a girl." When she walked in the room, I stood up and shook his hand. I saw a girl through her father's eyes and began to understand that pretty blonde from English class is so much more than that. And if you don't believe me, just ask her dad. He said, "I cried when she took her first breath. I was there for her first steps. And I'll see her in those pigtails every day that I've got left. She's my heart, she's my soul, she's the light of my whole world. So remember when you walk her out that door, please remember, she's so much more. She's so much more than just a girl." Thank you.
All right. Thank you guys again for hanging out with us tonight, and thank you to 19 Miles for having us. This is my second time playing this show, and it is always just such a blast. You guys are always such a great crowd, and it's always so much talent on the stage. So such a pleasure to share the stage with you guys. But I'm going to let you all pick the last song. Do you want something a little sassy, or do you want something about a cowboy? Sassy? All right, we could do sassy. I'll leave you with, this is a little more Taylor Hughes. Okay, give you a little taste of what I do. So this is one of the first songs I wrote when I moved to Nashville, and I wrote this song with Stephanie Joyce. And it's called Buzz Off Me, and it's basically about, you know, we all have that one ex that tries to get back together with you, and you're like, I don't think so. I actually don't want to date anybody. I think I'm just going to be on my own for a little while, right? I went through that phase before I met my husband, but he also just wouldn't leave me alone, so I really didn't have a choice. But he's not even here to defend himself. But this song's called Buzz Off Me. I went to the lights downtown, feeling like a loaded gun. All dolled up in a little black dress, little bit of whiskey on my breath. Then you told me you'd be wasted, you missed me something bad. But little do you know, I ain't thinking ever come back. Got my red lips painted in my eyes on, my hair's done up, don't see nothing wrong with a little bit of me and myself and I. Trying it on and it feels just right. Don't need Jack, don't need Jimmy, and I damn sure don't need you sneaking back in, because I'm catching a buzz off me tonight. Well, you can buy me a shot of something strong, and I won't turn it down. That 100 proof's got nothing on the way I'm feeling now. I got my red lips painted and my eyes on, hair's done up, don't see nothing wrong with a little bit of me and myself and I. Turn it on and it feels just right. Don't need Jack, don't need Jim, and I damn sure don't need you sneaking back in, because I'm catching a buzz off me tonight. Yeah, a buzz off me tonight. I bet you were thinking you could make or break my night, but there's nothing you can say or do to kill my buzz this time. I got my red lips painted and my high heels on, my hair's done up, don't see nothing wrong with a little bit of me and myself and I. Turn it on and it feels just right. Don't need Jack, don't need Jim, and I damn sure don't need you sneaking back in, because I'm catching buzz off me tonight. Yeah, buzz off me tonight. Yeah, buzz off me tonight. Thank you.
Yes. Taylor Hughes, Greg Wilson, Linda Donovan, Peyton Taylor. Thank you so much. How about another hand? Yeah. Great job. Great job. And great voices. Every one of you has this killer voice and it's different from everybody else. Just really been a good round. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, folks, we're going to take a real short break. Feel free to grab something to eat or drink and powder, refresh your makeup if you must, anything like that. And we're going to get set up for Act 2 featuring the lovely and talented Victoria Banks, who's a whole bunch of fun. She'll blow you away. It's going to be really good. So we'll be right back. Thank you.
Hey, 1, 2, check, yeah, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Hey, yeah, yeah. So tell me why, yeah. Sounds good to me. Awesome, thank you.
Hey, everybody, if you can make your way back to your seats, that'd be a swell idea. I have some alumni kind of news for you. We started 19 Miles of Music Row 3 years ago this May. Our very first writer, hitmaker, was Tom Douglas, who, written some amazing songs. The House That Built Me is probably his most recent huge smash. Friends, he has done, and Victoria can testify to this, he's created a movie called Love, Tom. There's like an open love letter to anybody that's creative, and really to the world in terms of love and stuff. But it's just, would you add to that? Or what?
Yeah, it's a beautiful sort of just running commentary mixed with performances. Yeah, the big monologue about creativity. It's
And he
really
performs pieces of the songs, while he's going through town, all his favorite places like the Bluebird and different places. Yeah. By the way, have you ever played Puckett's in Leaper's Fork?
Oh, yeah.
They have a new name as of yesterday.
What are they called?
It is now called Fox and Lock.
Oh.
I don't know if, they separated that one from the ones that are in Franklin and Murfreesboro and all over. And I don't know if there's a little bit of a conflict there or something, but they posted a story about it's more historically relevant, blah, 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 if they go by Fox and Lock. So, hey, whatever. But I love that place. Took my mother's here with me tonight, and we went there for lunch on Sunday, and it was just
It's
yummy.
good food. Yeah.
Well, holler next time you're playing there.
Yeah.
Gang, welcome back to 19 Miles of Music Row. Like all Canadian songwriters, Victoria Banks has a college degree in zoology and anthropology from the University of Toronto. It's true.
I use it every day. There's a lot
Yes.
of animals in the music business. What can I say?
What can you say, man?
Sharks.
So Victoria may look like a college student, but actually she's been at it a good while with multiple album releases, multiple publishing deals in Nashville, and multiple cuts by a lot of well-known artists. For your latest release, you, if I understand right, engineered it, produced it, played every instrument, and sang all the vocals?
Yeah.
All that and zoology too? Be still my heart. Oh,
that was a bit of a COVID adventure.
well, that's a good thing to do with that. So, very admirable. Obviously, a very extraordinary person. But some of the artists that have cut her songs that you would know include Jessica Simpson, Sarah Evans, Johnny Reed, who's a big superstar in Canada, correct? Carly Pierce, Cassidy Pope. Right now, she's in the midst of kind of a career spike with several songs co-written and cut by Mickey Guyton. You've seen her, right? Star Spangled Banner at the Super Bowl and a lot of stuff about her. So, and one of their songs entitled "What Are You Gonna Tell Her" was performed on the ACM Awards very recently, which huge deal. So it's really neat how serendipitous it can seem sometimes. You just, every day you write and you go out there and do your thing and then boom, something crazy happens.
Yeah.
You want to tell a story a little bit about a song some of us know about called City of Dreams?
Yeah, so City of Dreams, I'll do that at some point tonight.
Like while the crowd's still here?
Well,
and all
the
that?
crowd's still here,
Yes.
hopefully.
Thank you.
If they don't leave after the first song.
No.
But yeah, it was inspired by the flood of 2010 here in Nashville. And I was flying in to Nashville, and I came down in the plane and looked down to try and, orient myself to the downtown. Wow. And it was black. And I had never seen a black hole where the downtown of Nashville was before. And it was underwater, and the power was out. And so I was inspired to write this song about that to try and raise some funds for the Red Cross. And I pledged to myself that I was like, every dollar that comes in for this song is going to go to the Red Cross. So I put it out as just a YouTube recording, and then it kind of took off, and I had asked for donations, and that kind of took off, and then all of a sudden all these artists were reaching out to me asking if they could participate in a studio recording of the song. So we ended up, everyone participating free of charge. There were 40 artists that I got to produce singing the song at Ocean Way Studios. There was a professional video crew there, and we made this single out of it and released it, and the video went out to GAC and CMT, and every dollar that came in, I sent on off to the Red Cross. And I
that
tell
must
you,
have
it
hurt.
hurt. It
Yes.
hurt. But you know what was cool about that?
No, what?
Was that about 8 years later, I got a call from Erica Nichols, who runs the Bluebird Cafe. And she invited me to perform with the Nashville Ballet because they wanted to choreograph my song, City of Dreams. And I got to sit on the stage and play that while the ballet danced around me at TPAC. And it was like I would have paid every dollar that I sent off for that experience. So you just never know when things are going to come back around.
No, because when's the last time anybody wrote a song thinking, this is going to be a ballet?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fabulous.
It was
Praise
really
God
cool.
Almighty. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
very
wonderful.
cool.
Well, Victoria is also, as I mentioned earlier, a colleague of mine. She's a professor at Belmont University and a great gift to our students there. She also is one of the most nominated Canadian Country Music Association artists, and in fact won the CCMA for Female Artist of the Year and Songwriter of the Year. So please, everyone, welcome our extraordinary guest, Victoria Banks.
Thank you. Thanks, Dan. I'm so excited to be here tonight. It's so great to be here. This is actually the first time I've played a set of music of any kind in years here since before COVID. So it's so nice to see this this whole thing alive and well. And it's especially nice because right about now, my husband is putting my children to bed instead of me. So good luck to you, Dave. Hope it's going well. Okay, so this is a song that I wrote with my dear friend Tia Sillers, who's the songwriter behind I Hope You Dance and many other amazing songs. And we wrote it before I became a mom, but now that I am one, it means that much more. And this was my debut single as an artist, so it's called The Wheel. Come into the world, kicking and screaming. The clock starts ticking with the breath you're breathing. Tiny hands, tiny feet, and all you do is eat and sleep. Then you blink your eyes and you're crawling across the floor more, then you blink 'em again, and you're running out the door for a tire swing, then a school bus, then a secondhand Chevy, and you're kicking up dust. It happens so fast, just like that. Oh, the wheel keeps turning, and the flame keeps burning, and the hunger in the heart and the spirit and the soul keep yearning, and the wheel keeps turning. You fall for love on a prayer and a wing, and your heart gets broken, and you feel that sting, and you fall again, and it sure feels right. And half a second later, they're throwing rice. Then you're back to work, and the honeymoon's done. Boy, time flies when you're having fun. You buy a little house with a leaky roof, then you're painting that nursery baby blue. The first time you hold him, it starts all over. Oh, the wheel keeps turning, and the flame keeps burning, and the hunger in the heart and the spirit and the soul keep yearning, and the wheel keeps turning. The sun comes up and the moon goes down, the rock in the sky spins round and round. It's one more day here on the ground as the stars roll by. You live and learn, break and bend, say a little prayer when the daylight ends. Wake in the morning, do it all again. It's a crazy ride. Oh, the wheel keeps turning, and the flame keeps burning, and the hunger in the heart and the spirit and the soul keep yearning. You're coming to the world kicking and screaming, and the wheel keeps turning. Thank you. I want to make sure I'm still in tune here. I put new strings on my guitar for the occasion, so okay. So I've been in Nashville for, gosh, more than 20 years now. 25 years? Holy cow, 25 years. I moved here in 1997 from Canada, and I had all the money I could save up from working like 4 different sort of menial jobs after I graduated with my zoology degree in hand. And I was like, I'm going to Nashville to write songs, and I have enough money to last for 6 months. And when I run out of money, I'm either going to have a publishing deal, and they'll sponsor me to be able to stay, because I needed a visa to stay, or else I'm going to have to go back home with my tail between my legs. And 6 months later, I was down to $20 left in my bank account, and I got offered my first publishing deal by Rick Hall of Fame Music. And so, you know, it was a pretty cool thing. I got to put that $20 in the gas tank, and I went downtown and I signed my deal. And I was making a whopping $12,000 a year after that. Just saying. That's American dollars. So, yeah. So the first time I got to hear one of my songs play on the radio, I was driving a car that I had to start by shorting the starter out with a beer can. But the radio worked great in that car, and I turned it up as loud as it would go because it was the coolest thing ever. And I was driving out in Mount Juliet at the time. I remember it distinctly. And I don't know if you've got this going on in your car, but I have some kind of a connection between the volume knob and the gas pedal in every car that I buy.
And I realized how fast I was going about halfway through the song because I looked at the rearview mirror and there were blue lights flashing behind me. They don't like their speeders in Mount Juliet. So I pulled over to the side of the road and I rolled the window down, and the song was still playing. I was not going to turn it off. And the officer comes up to the window and I go, "That's my song, oh my God, I wrote that song, ah!" And he looks at me and he says, "License and registration, please, ma'am." Because it's Nashville, and he gets that excuse every time he pulls somebody over. Or more likely, my song probably beat his song out for the record, is probably what happened. But anyhow, thanks to Sarah Evans, who recorded this and released it as a single on her double platinum Born to Fly record. It was a solo written song. It was a beautiful thing for a first cut. I was able to pay for traffic school where the officer sent me, and also buy a car that started with a key, so life got a little better after that. So this is Saints and Angels. We're only human, baby. We walk on broken ground. We lose our way, we come unwound, we turn in circles, baby. We're never satisfied, we fall from grace, forget we can fly. But through all the tears that we cry, we'll survive. 'Cause when we're torn apart, shattered and scarred, love has the grace to save us. We're just two tarnished hearts, but in each other's arms, we become saints and angels. I love your imperfections, I love your everything, your broken heart, your broken wing. I love you when you hold me, and when you turn away, I love you still, and I'm not afraid, 'cause I know you feel the same way, and you'll stay. 'Cause when we're torn apart, shattered and scarred, love has the grace to save us. We're just two tarnished hearts, but in each other's arms, we become saints and angels. These feet of clay, they will not stray. 'Cause when we're torn apart, shattered and scarred, love has the grace to save us. We're just two tarnished hearts, but in each other's arms, we become saints and angels. Oh, we become saints and angels. Thank you. So I figured once I'd had, my big first hit that I wrote by myself, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be easy now. No problem, no problem. Everybody's gonna come wanting that song that I wrote. Yeah, that'll be so easy. Well, no. It was a good 10 years before I got to hear another one of my songs come through the radio speakers. And that was 10 years of going to the office every day, 5 days a week, and writing a song a day, sometimes two, and occasionally 3. It was a lot of songs, and it was a lot of heart poured onto the page, and I have never been a very patient person, but this business has taught me a lot about how to be patient and count your blessings. And so I wrote this song about that, and it harkens back to when I was a child and my parents gave me a kite, and I wanted to play with the kite the day they gave it to me, and I didn't care that there was no wind. I was like, I don't want to wait for wind, come on. And so I proceeded to unravel the kite string and then run as hard as I could with it and drag the kite bippity-boppity-bop along the ground behind me. And of course, it never took off. So I was like, well, there's something in that's kind of fits with this idea. So this is Wait for the Wind.
The sky up above me is blue as the sea. I'm a child in my bare feet in a wide open field. Tears of frustration roll down my cheeks. I still can remember just exactly how that feels. You can build you a kite, tie it on a line, throw it in the air, but you can't make it fly. You just gotta stand there holding that string, and all you can do is wait for the wind. Older and wiser, that's what they say. You learn to be patient. I learned the hard way, 'cause life's like an ocean. It's wide and it's deep. It ain't always going to the place you wanna be. And you can build you a boat, push it from the shore, raise up a sail, but you can't make it go. All you can do when the tide rolls in is hope for the best and wait for the wind. It blows in ways that you can't always understand. The secret is knowing that it's out of your hands. You can build you a kite, tie it on a line, throw it in the air, but you can't make it fly. Build you a boat, push it from the shore, raise up a sail, but you can't make it go. You know what you want, you know what you need, you know how to get to where you wanna be, but it still ain't enough. Don't give in, just have a little faith and wait for the wind.
Thank you. So, I was going to the office, writing song after song after song, and I started to think, how on earth do people do this every day for a lifetime? I want to do it for my whole life, but how do they come up with a new idea every day? So I started to look around at my heroes in songwriting, and I realized that a lot of them appeared to be getting their hearts broken. And I was like, So I went out and did a really good job of that. And a large crash and burn of a divorce later, I had all sorts of song ideas. And there's something about being brokenhearted that just makes you find song ideas everywhere you look. I don't know what it is. It's like that's just wanting to bleed out of you onto the page. And at the time, I had moved into this little apartment out in Percy Priest, near the dam there. And there was a tree outside the window of my apartment that I would walk past to get in the car every day. And I'd been doing that for a little while, and I hadn't really thought much of it. And then one day I looked at the tree through the eyes of a shattered heart, and lo and behold, it was a song. So here's what it ended up being. Here we go, okay. You stand alone and hang your head. You won't forgive, you can't forget. Each night the wind blows on and on. I'm haunted by your mournful song. Oh, weeping willow, don't you cry no more. I don't want to see you out there hanging around my door. How did you know that my baby's gone? Tell me, how did you know that he done me wrong? I've shed enough tears, I don't need yours. Oh, weeping willow, don't you cry no more. You catch the moon up in your boughs and cast your shadows all around. Sometimes I swear I see his face and hear you whispering his name. Oh, weeping willow, don't you cry no more. I don't want to see you out there hanging around my door. How did you know that my baby's gone? Tell me, how did you know that he done me wrong? I've shed enough tears, I don't need yours. Oh, weeping willow, don't you cry no more. I've shed enough tears, I don't need yours. Oh, weeping willow, don't you cry no more. Thank you. Well, I'm happy to say that many years later now, I'm very happily married to a wonderful guy. And we have been really blessed to become parents 2 times over by adoption. We have a 6-year-old daughter and a 4-year-old daughter. And if there's anything that adoption does differently, I guess it's just that it makes you a little bit more aware that your children are borrowed, because really they all kind of are. But I think about that now as I'm watching them grow. It's like right in front of me happening. I can see it so quickly passing by. And it makes me think back to the day when I was 17 and I packed up all my stuff in my car and drove out of my parents' driveway. And I didn't really look back at the time to see the expression on their faces, but I guess that wasn't my job. I was too busy looking forward at what was ahead. And but I really do think about that now, and I know that I'm going to be experiencing the other side of that coin sooner than I would like to. So I got together with my good friend Emily Shackleton, and we wrote this song to our 17-year-old selves. So this is called 17 Again. Do me a favor, hug your mama, kiss your daddy, tell your sister that you'll miss her. I know it's in your nature to wanna skip past, but now I look back at the pictures and makes me wish for one more day, waking up in that twin-size bed, seeing you in the mirror like you were then, innocent, wild and free, a younger me. I see you dying to fly out that driveway, to sing out to wide open spaces on the highway. It ain't wrong to want what's next, chase those dreams up ahead. But trust me, tap the brakes before you leave, 'cause you're never gonna be 17 again. Lie in the backyard, running your bare feet, wish on one more dandelion. Yeah, just for fun. Talk with your best friend, she's gonna listen. I know you don't know yet, but it's hard to find them. And she was a good one, but I see you dying to fly out that driveway, to sing out to wide open spaces on the highway. It ain't wrong to want what's next, chase those dreams up ahead. But trust me, tap the brakes before you leave, 'cause you're never gonna be 17 again. Oh. Even if I could tell you to slow down, you wouldn't listen. You don't know what I'd give now, just for one more minute of dying to fly out that driveway, to sing out to wide open spaces on the highway. But I see you not looking back in that rear view. You don't even know what you're leaving behind you. It ain't wrong to want what's next, chase those dreams up ahead. But trust me, tap the brakes before you leave, 'cause you're never gonna be 17 again. 17 again. Do me a favor, hug your mama, kiss your daddy, tell your sister that you'll miss her. Thank you. So I figure I should do one and dedicate it to my husband, a happy song. But you know what's funny is that when you are in a well-adjusted relationship where the communication is good and you're happy from day to day and content, there's nothing to write about. I was actually complaining to my co-writers one day and saying, I love my husband so much, but he has ruined me for songwriting ideas. And they looked at me and said, you know what? That's a song right there. So I ended up writing this one with my friends Phil Barton and Preston Brust from the band Low Cash. And this became the first single on my 4th record, I believe it was. So not an easy one to sing, and I am fresh off a cold, but so far my voice is holding up, I think, so hopefully I can pull it off. All right, this is called Ruined. Boy, your love is like a new Corvette. Once you hit that gas, there's no going back. Like a bottle of the best champagne, nothing's quite the same once you've tasted that. You went and did it, now I'm addicted. Falling for you is like a one-way ticket. If I ever lose you, what am I supposed to do? Baby, I'm ruined. Baby, I'm ruined. How am I supposed to kiss anybody else's lips? Baby, I'm ruined. I'm so ruined by you. Ruin me real good. Ruin me real good. Ruin me real good. You're on my heart just like a new tattoo, and I love how you look good on me. And if you ever wanna walk away, you better dig my grave, 'cause I'm history. Oh, you can't erase it, I can't replace it. You got a hold on me, I just can't shake it. If I ever lose you, what am I supposed to do? Baby, I'm ruined. Baby, I'm ruined. How am I supposed to kiss anybody else's lips? Baby, I'm ruined. I'm so ruined by you. Ruin me real good. Ruin me real good. Ruin me real good. So keep on doing what you're doing. Next to you is where I wanna be. Ruin me, ruin me, ruin me, ruin me perfectly. Whew. If I ever lose you, what am I supposed to do? Baby, I'm ruined. Baby, I'm ruined. How am I supposed to kiss anybody else's lips? Baby, I'm ruined. I'm so ruined by you. Ruin me real good. Ruin me real good. Ruin me real good. Ruin me real good. Can't believe my voice held out. Yay! Okay. Get those new strings tuned up. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna do my City of Dreams song that I was talking about. Let me see if I can. I wasn't even thinking about that song for tonight, but I think hopefully I can remember how it goes. We'll see. Okay. A love song to Nashville. Oh gosh, that's an out of tune. Hold on. One more tunage moment. Don't want to subject you to a poorly tuned guitar. Oh, it's this one. Okay, here we go. Still not great, but. I'm poets and pirates, legends and lore, honky-tonk angels and old troubadours, lost souls and lovers with hearts on their sleeves. I am your city of dreams. I'm dirt roads and fireflies, bright neon lights, high rises, double wides, left wing and right, as big or as small as you want me to be. I am your city, I am your city of dreams. My faith is just worn, it's just tattered and torn at the seams. But don't you give up, don't you give up, don't give up on me. I'm teachers and research, farms baling hay, sports fans and symphonies, beer and champagne. I'm black and I'm white and all shades in between. I am your city of dreams. I'm baptized in tears in a river of rain. The tears will run dry, but the scars will remain. But I'm not as broken as I know I seem, 'cause I am your city, I am your city of dreams. My faith is just worn, it's just tattered and torn at the seams. But don't you give up, don't you give up, don't give up on me. I'm strong and I'm sacred, that sweet southern grace, it runs deep. So don't you give up, don't you give up, don't give up on me. Don't give up on me. Thank you. So I mentioned that big, long 10-year wait before I heard another one of my songs on the radio. And it finally happened again when I had a chance to write with Jessica Simpson. One of the songs that I had written with my friend Rachel Proctor came to Jessica's attention, and she cut it for her Nashville record, her country record. And she wanted to write with us a little bit to see what we could come up with. And so she flew in, they were flying her in for a few hours on a Saturday afternoon to write with Rachel and me, and which I was ecstatic about, of course, but also somewhat disappointed because, let's face it, Music Row is a Monday to Friday place, and if you're writing with Jessica Simpson and there's no one there to see it, then really, you know, how good is that? And if a tree falls in the forest and the whole bit. But strangely enough, a whole bunch of the guys who work for the publishing company decided to come in and do a little extra work on that Saturday. And popped in to make sure we had water and like 5 Red Bulls. I think that's what she drank. So anyhow, Jessica was waxing poetic about this new relationship she was falling into, and she was very much in love with this guy, so into him. And so she was going on and on about how she wished they lived in 2 different places, and she wished they could be together, and it was driving her crazy. She just wanted to drop everything and be together. And I was like, that's our song right there. We need to write that. So we wrote that, and lo and behold, it became Jessica's first and last country hit. So there you go. This is Come On Over. Leave your dishes in the sink. Leave the ice cubes in your drink. Just come on over. Leave your coat behind the door. Leave your laundry on the floor. Just come on over. I need you now. I need you bad. I need you, baby, looking just like that. Don't pack a bag. Don't make me wait. I wanna kiss that smile that's on your face. I need you wrapped up in these arms. I want you just the way you are. Come on over. Baseball cap and torn up jeans, a pair of flip-flops on your feet. Just come on over. That was Tony Romo at the time. Don't slow down, don't stop for gas. Keep those 4 wheels spinning fast. Just come on over. I need you now. I need you bad. I need you, baby, looking just like that. Don't pack a bag. Don't make me wait. I wanna kiss that smile that's on your face. I need you wrapped up in these arms. I want you just the way you are. Come on over. I need you now. I need you bad. I need you, baby, looking just like that. Don't pack a bag. Don't make me wait. I wanna kiss that smile that's on your face. Oh, all I need is all your love, baby. I can't get enough. I need you wrapped up in these arms. I want you just the way you are. Come on over. Come on over. Thank you. So, my career landing in Nashville at the end of the 90s, I was here for the tail end of when women were doing amazingly on country radio. There were so many incredible women. We had Faith Hill and Martina McBride and Sarah Evans and so many, Leanne Womack, so many amazing women. And then after, right around 2001, 2002, there suddenly became this dry spell. And country radio decided that women did not, that their listeners did not want to hear women played on the radio, and so they stopped playing female songs for the most part, and that made it very, very difficult for a lot of the women writing songs in Nashville that came from female perspectives to be heard, and that has kind of continued on for, well, it's still not totally fixed yet. Hopefully, it's changing. But I had the pleasure about 10 years ago of meeting this incredible female vocalist who and songwriter who just had such personality and incredible vocal cords. And we started working together, and she was signed to Capitol Records, and we were trying to find the song that would be her breakthrough single. And we wrote so many songs, and they were some really great songs, and we'd write a song that was really country, and I guess I should say the woman that I'm talking about is Mickey Guyton. And she was and still is the only black woman signed to a major label record deal in country music. So we'd write a country song and we'd turn it into the label, and the label would come back and say, this is an amazing song, but it's so country, and I don't think anybody's gonna believe that you're that country, so you need to maybe do a little more pop. And Mickey would be like, well, I grew up in Texas on a dirt road, but okay. So then we would try something a little more pop, and we'd get something great in that direction, and we'd turn that into the label, and they'd say, you know, this is just kind of a little too pop, because they're not gonna believe you're a country singer if we go to country radio with this. And so she was kind of, you know, stuck between a rock and a hard place. And this went on for a really long time. And we hopped around and tried to give people what they wanted for ages and ages. And sometimes we'd get half the label on board, this is the song, and then the other half would be like, no. And then we got to the point where we got like 90% of the label on board, and then there would be the couple people that worked in the radio department that would say, no, that's not right. So finally, Mickey started to get really frustrated. And I was starting to get really frustrated too. And we were both having serious talks about walking away from the business entirely at this point. And we scheduled a co-write that was we kind of thought of it as our last hurrah a little bit. It was Mickey and me and Karen Kozowski, who is a great female track building producer, songwriter, and another songwriter named Emma Lee. And the four of us got together, and we started off just kind of venting to each other about what it had been like trying to get something happening. And I remember Mickey looked at me and she was like, Victoria, you have daughters. You have a 6-year-old daughter. What are you gonna tell her about this world? Because she thinks it's fair. And do you think that it's better to let her think that it's fair and then have her heart be broken later? Or should you tell her ahead of time that it's not fair? What do you do? What are you gonna tell her? And I was like, Mickey, I don't know. I really don't know what I'm gonna tell her. And Emily was sitting over in a seat in the corner, and she said, guys, we need to write that song. And so we wrote what we were thinking in the most brutally honest way that we could think of, not thinking of radio or anything. We were like, this is going in a totally different direction. We just have to tell the truth. And then lo and behold, Mickey turned the song into the label. And the label said, we want you to perform this song at the country radio seminar at the Ryman Auditorium, when every artist on the label gets to sing one song. And so Mickey walked onto that stage in front of every radio programmer in country radio, thinking that she was going to end her career, and performed the song and blew the lid off the Ryman and got this huge standing ovation. And shortly after that, her song Black Like Me was put out on social media because the label was a little bit afraid to do anything with it. So she put it on social media and it took off, and then everything started to kind of roll for her. And a few months after that, she performed What Are You Gonna Tell Her on the Academy of Country Music Awards, backed up by Keith Urban, and became the first black woman to sing an original song on the ACM Awards in 55 years of history. And I got to watch from my couch and feel like part of that. And then the song became part of a display an exhibit at the Country Music Hall of Fame downtown. And I took my 2 little girls and we went to the exhibit, which focuses on the need for more diversity in country music. And I showed them the dress that Mickey wore and the text messages from my phone from the day we wrote the song blown up really big and put on plaques behind glass. And I said, "You're the reason why this is here." And it was a really beautiful moment to feel like part of something that might have shifted the ship just a tiny bit. So, and if you watched the Super Bowl, you got to see Mickey sing the anthem, so that was pretty cool. Anyhow, this is a song that it was written on piano, but I'm gonna do my best on guitar to try and render it. Here we go. She thinks life is fair, God hears every prayer, and everyone gets there ever after. She thinks love is love, and if you work hard, that's enough. Skin's just skin, and it doesn't matter. And that her friend's older brother's gonna keep his hands to himself. And that somebody's gonna believe her when she tells. But what are you gonna tell her when she's wrong? Will you just shrug and say it's been that way all along? What are you gonna tell her when she figures out that all this time you built her up just so the world could let her down? Yeah, what do you tell her? What are you gonna tell her? Do you just let her pretend that she could be the president? Would it help us get there any faster? Do you let her think the deck's not stacked and gay or straight or white or black? You just dream and anything can happen. What are you gonna tell her when she's wrong? Will you just shrug and say it's been that way all along? What are you gonna tell her when she figures out that all this time you built her up just so the world could let her down? Yeah, what do you tell her? What are you gonna tell her? Do you tell her not to fight? Is it worth the sacrifice? Can you look her in the face and promise her that things will change? What are you gonna tell her? Maybe you can't. 'Cause there ain't no way, you can't explain what you don't understand. What the hell do you tell her? What the hell do you tell her? What are you gonna tell her? What are you gonna tell her? Thank you. Well, you guys have made me feel like a rock star tonight. Thank you for listening so beautifully, and this has been wonderful. I'll just play one more for you. I have my suitcase of stuff back there. If anybody still has a CD player, I've got the CDs. They also make great coasters. And I've also got T-shirts that I haven't brought out in a long time, so I was like, I'll bring the T-shirts along too in case anybody's interested. So, but But I want to finish off with this one. This is another song on the Mickey Guyton album that's out right now. And because I'm a writer on that album, I get to go to the Grammy Awards this year because it's nominated for Album of the Year in country music. Thank you. So we wrote this over Zoom during the pandemic. And it was I mean, gosh, we were in COVID lockdown, and George Floyd had just been killed, and there were riots happening outside Mickey's apartment in LA, and we could hear them in the background. And we were writing across Zoom from our, pandemic locked up rooms, and we just thought, we need to write a song that's unifying. Because boy, oh boy, are we ever split apart right now in so many ways in America. And so we wrote this song, it's called All American. And I still think it's so funny that she wrote it with 3 Canadians. But I have to say, I worked my butt off to get my American citizenship, and I'm really proud of it. So I'm a proud American. All right, All American. With the lines on the interstate, the dust on a back road, we're a Friday night football game, the lighters at a rock show. With a night shift smoke break, high school heartache, driving with the windows down. With a dance floors, church pews, suit and ties, tattoos, one big small town. Ain't we all, ain't we all American? Ain't we all, ain't we all American? With the New York City lights and a hotel Bible, with the stars in the Texas sky and the jukebox vinyl. We're hand-me-downs, tailor-mades, Daisy Dukes, Dookie braids, James Brown and James Dean. We're cold beer, champagne, suit and ties, spare some change, one big small town. Ain't we all, ain't we all American? Ain't we all, ain't we all American? We got the same stars, same stripes, just wanna live that good life. Ain't we all, ain't we all American? We're different in a million ways, but at the end of the day, ain't we all American? Ain't we all American? We got the same stars, same stripes, just wanna live that good life. Ain't we all American? Yeah, we're all American. Thank you so much, everybody. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Victoria. I feel like you let us get to know you really well, and we really like you. So how about again? Yeah, look, Victoria Banks. Great job. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome back to the stage after COVID and stuff. That was fantastic. Thank you all so much. Yeah, again, as we said at the top of the show, it wouldn't happen without you guys. So thanks for being here, for tuning in, like you do, and I really appreciate that. I know the writer, that feels good to the writers. And we'll be back next month with Clay Mills, I believe, so that'll be a lot of fun. I sort of say Mickey. Victoria mentioned she'll be in the back. There's also a donation box in the back if you want to help keep this thing going. The other writers that you heard in the first set will be back there too, so hang around a little
Hey,
bit.
you know what? My T-shirts are $10. The T-shirts are going to go in the donation box. Anybody who buys a Victoria Banks T-shirt, it goes in the donation box tonight to help support this for next time. So.
You know what happened last time you did that with City of Dreams, right? And gang, last thing, as always, don't forget to share your music with those you love. Good night.